house from us and restore it properly. And by properly, I mean that they've got to show us that they have a plan, how they're going to do it, that they've got the funds, and that it's not going to be a little thing where they work on it a little while and then take a rest and then work on it a little more. Obviously, this house can't take much more of that. But it took me about a year of negotiations to acquire the site, and it certainly was not something that I did alone. It was not easy, and I had a tremendous amount of help from the people I call sort of started referring to them as our little tribe, the little Prospect Hill tribe, and it's the people who have been kind enough to help me and not call me crazy to my face. And two of them are over here, Jennifer Vaughn with Archives and History, and David Preziosi with the Mississippi Heritage Trust. And then there's another guilty party, Alan Huffman, right there. And it's all been wonderful. Archives and History and the Heritage Trust and the Historic Natchez Foundation has been wonderful in answering all my questions. And whenever I needed to know something or I needed help out here, or what am I supposed to do? What do I do with this column? Should I stand it up? They've just been wonderful. Anytime I needed information, they got it right to me. And putting up with me for a year and advising me and just all kind of working on it together, we somehow managed to purchase this site. My boss still hasn't seen it, and I was real selective about the pictures that I send you. He was strategic, but let me show you. But the thing that really interests me is that we do have foundations in the back of buildings. We have what we think is probably a house that was a kitchen and a laundry, and we also have foundations of what we think was a smokehouse, and also possibly a brick structure that housed the house slaves. So, there's our archaeology. I promised you that we had some, and so there it is. And I'm sure there's more out here. We just have to look for it. We think we have the cotton gin down the hill by the creek. It's not on our property, but hopefully it will be eventually if I don't make the previous owner mad with all of this. That's really all I have to say. I think I'm going to let Mr. Belton, James Belton, tell you about the story, the history of the family that lived here and the things that happened here. He's a descendant of some of the slaves that were here, and he's done extensive research on the history of Prospect Hill. So I'm going to let him cover that, and we'll have a couple more speakers, and then we'll go through the house, and we'll wander out to the cemetery. And obviously, this is really laid back, and so if you have any questions, just yell. I do want to say one thing. I didn't get a chance to put my signs up all over the place, but there are stumps everywhere out here. So watch your step, because it's really easy to trip. I mean, you'll see some of the pictures that we have around. We literally carved it out of the woods again. And so there are little stumps and stalks and stuff sitting up all over the place. So just do watch your step. I was